Hey, settle down. Settle down.
Dingoos, good morning. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. Today we are going to be discussing whether Ethereum is going to be the best investment, or will there be other investments that could outperform Ethereum. Guaranteed. So if Ethereum does well, these other tokens are guaranteed or almost guaranteed to do even better, right? So it's kind of, we're just going to discuss the possibility, but first, let's just start off with some motivation, guys. Some motivation. Because, you know what? Tuesdays are hard. Tuesdays are hard, and the weekend's far away. Let's get motivated with some David Goggins. Let's listen to him.
Now you're talking to me. David, congratulations. You made it to heaven. How you feel? And right now, I'm a 300-pound man. Ecolab guy. I'm 71 years old. This is what I'm thinking at 24 years old, okay? I'm dead. I'm in heaven. You're God. You pull the paper down, it says David Goggins. I'm reading it. And I'm looking at it, and it has my name, but on this paper, it says everything about you. Everything, because God knows all. And I'm looking at it, and I'm seeing 185 pounds, Navy SEAL, changed people's lives, all these amazing things. Public speaker, blah, 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 motivational, all the best-selling book. And I look at God and say, God, the name is right, but what's on here is not me. He goes, it should have been you. This was the life that you were supposed to live, but you didn't try. So I come up.
Wow, that is powerful for you on a Tuesday morning, guys. To summarize that, if you don't take risks and bet on yourself, you will never reach your full potential. That is so true. Take risks, bet on yourself, take risks that are impossible to lose as long as you try your hardest, right? And if you take bets that the only way that you can fail is if you don't put in the work, take those bets every day, all day. Now let's go into some price action, because Bitcoin, we don't need to look at it because nothing matters as long as it stays above the 20-week moving average. The 20-week moving average is moving up nicely. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're consolidating. It's looking actually kind of bullish, guys. Double bottom, and now we're making higher highs. Look at that, or higher lows. And now let's look at Ethereum's price action, because this is what matters, guys. Right now, it's getting close. We should be breaking out any day soon, whether that's up or down. I'm hoping we go up. I mean, look at this, consolidating. Does this remind you back a little while ago, maybe in the $200 range? We consolidated or was it was like the $200 range. We just consolidated for the longest time, right? And then we broke out, and then again at the $350 range, and then we broke out again, right? So it's kind of repeating itself. History does not repeat, it rhymes, right? And now let's go into, if this ETH ascending triangle breaks down, I will probably cry real tears. If this ETH ascending triangle breaks up, I will also cry real tears. I cry no matter what. I think that's going to be me either in the next couple days, whether it breaks up or down. I'm going to be extremely happy either way. Actually, I will cry either way, not be extremely happy either way. And now let's talk about, okay, so if Ethereum has a very good year, like everybody is predicting, or a lot of people are predicting, no matter what, if ETH has a good year, DeFi will have an even better year, guys. I mean, DeFi will have a better year if ETH has a good year. So is ETH the best investment? It's a very good investment, but DeFi is kind of like, hey, if you're going to be risky with your money, you might as well put it in a DeFi index, right? Because, well, this is DeFi Pulse, and you can see the growth in DeFi over the last year. Let's go last year. I mean, look at that. From about 1 billion, less than 1 billion to 27 billion, right? Huge growth. I would not be surprised to see the total value in DeFi about 1 trillion. I mean, it could potentially be $1 trillion, guys. I mean, DeFi has such utilities, and once layer 2 solutions come out or ETH 2.0 is fully implemented, then you will see the real growth happen, right? And I mean, if you want to play it safe, there's indexes out there. I mean, DeFi Pulse Index has been doing extremely well, and that is an index that it's a token that represents a lot of DeFi projects, right? And it's been doing very well. So that's an option. Kind of just like put your money there and forget about it, right? That's kind of what DeFi Pulse Index allows you to do. And now let's move on to some institutions against little guys, guys. So Russ, he's the football player that got half his paycheck in Bitcoin, right? He says, no way. Washington Post and all these institutional media outlets are backing hedge funds and short sellers and these big financial institutions, which is absolutely disgusting. Washington Post, their headline says, the good guys in the GameStop story, it's the hedge funds and the short sellers. And this was a common theme among all institutional media outlets. They all backed very big. They backed the big dudes. It's really a war against big media, big financial institutions, big players that corrupt our politicians, right? Versus the little guys. And I think the X factor in all of this is blockchain. Because if we adopt blockchains as the little guys, we can fuck up institutions. No doubt, guys. No doubt. And now let's listen to Elon Musk confront Vlad, which is the CEO of Robinhood, on Clubhouse last night. Let's listen in.
It's like, seems weird that you'd get a sudden $10 billion demand, 3 in the morning. Sorry?
I wouldn't impute shadiness to it or anything like that. And actually,
right.
The NSCC was reasonable.
Is anyone holding you hostage right now?
No, I'm okay.
Because, I mean, basically what people are wondering is, like, did you sell your clients down the river, or do you have no choice?
And then...
Okay, so Elon also brought in Bitcoin on Clubhouse last night, and if you don't know what Clubhouse is, it's basically in like exclusive social media, which you only can be allowed onto through an invite. I personally am not important enough to be on there yet. Maybe in the future. I mean, I don't really care. It's whatever. But he also brought up Bitcoin, talked about it a little bit, talked about Dogecoin, kind of memeing around, trolling around. But now let's go into something that, I mean, has been a competitor to Ethereum in the sense of transaction volume and just adoption, and that is Binance Chain. But and these are Binance Chain, smart chain coins, right? And I want to point out something which is very sus. And I just want to point out something that is suspicious, right? Because it is. And look at these pumps, right? Do they look coordinated to you? Pancake Swap, 135%. Beefy Finance, 212%. And you go down the list and look at these. Bakery Token, 188%. Burger Swap, 150 or 85% in the last 7 days, right? And it's kind of strange that you see all these Binance Chain tokens pump at the same time, right? Don't you think? And Alpha Finance, I don't know why this is on the list because it's not a Binance Chain token or project. It's kind of suspicious. And you go to the only one that is kind of naturally built, and you look at their token and their Twitter. They're built in Amsterdam, so you know they're not. You're almost positive that they're not associated with Binance very much. They're just building on the Binance chain because they see the transaction volume and et cetera, because it's actually one of the. I mean, it's kind of a competitor and a potential competitor to Ethereum, but it's centralized, guys. The Binance chain is centralized, and I want to also point out something is the Binance chain blockchain explorer. Does this look familiar to you? Yeah, it's exactly the same as Etherscan, guys. And let's bring up something that Andre Cronje said about people copying code. And let's just read what he has to say. Remember in 2017 when all these new blockchains came out, but they were just GETH forks with a few small tweaks. In hindsight, that was a good indicator of how strong ETH was. Look for protocols getting forked. And the reason why I say this is because Binance Chain is pretty much copying protocols and Etherscan and just the whole infrastructure that is building around Ethereum, because in the Ethereum ecosystem, everything is naturally open source, and that's one of the ETH, like the disposition of ETH is just open source, and I mean, it's just one of the morals, right? And Binance chain is kind of taking advantage of it, copying the code, doing the pretty much copying and pasting it to the Binance chain. And that's, I mean, at the end of the day, who's going to win? The innovative side, that's the first mover, or just the chain that's copying everything? Because if you go to all these, PancakeSwap is kind of just a little tweak on a lot of dexes on Ethereum's blockchain, right? And you go through all these, I mean, they are very small tweaks, or not even tweaks, to protocols already existing on the Ethereum network. And they are pumping at the same time. It's suspicious, guys. This is stuff that I watch out for, guys. For sure. For sure. And also, look, the things that are really valuable get forked a lot. Right? And that's what's happening right now to protocols on Ethereum. And that's what happened to Ethereum back in 2017. And that shows that this protocol has a lot of use. And it's a primitive that people want to copy and build off of. So I just want to point that up. And now for XRP, because I did post a video yesterday and I got a lot of dislikes because I talked about how that pump was not sustainable. And I just wanted and to everybody in my comments, I want to show you this video right here. This is what I feel like doing when you comment very unfactual things.
Hey, settle down, man.
Goddamn, settle down. But guys, I mean, XRP is a zombie chain. I showed you that last night. Very little application development. Suspicious transaction volume. Very suspicious stuff, guys. And that's the stuff you got to watch out for. Just like I showed you with Binance Chain. Is it a good competitor? Does it have real volume? Yes. But also, there's some centralized baloney that's happening, and they're just forking protocols and Ethereum infrastructure and just putting it over on Binance Chain. And that's not good, guys. That's not good. And who usually wins out? The innovative side or the people that just quickly copy and paste stuff? You can make your own bets, guys. I'm just putting out the facts. And now I want to leave you on something with a bang, right? Let's just watch this video, guys. Make sure you're looking really close at the screen. Okay? I just want to say that. Make sure you're paying attention and looking close at the screen.
Got your ass.
It still scared me, guys. Fucking Jesus Christ. I knew that was coming. But that is all for today, guys. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you. I have a lot of exciting things in the pipeline. Thank you, guys. And also Discord if you want to chit chat, and then Twitter if you want to follow. I tweet some good stuff. And Dingooo Twitter if you want to follow that as well. All the links are in the description. I appreciate each and every one of you. Peace out, dingoes, and dingle dingle.